Hi, I'm Yoko. Today I'll be showing how to make coconut macadamia cookies. These are plant-based cookies, but not just a regular yummy cookies. These are made from spelt flour. A spelt flour is made from whole spelt groats, so it provides more vitamins, minerals, fiber, and so much more compared to refined wheat flour. So you can add more nutrients just by swapping to the spelt flour. And even though spelt flour has gluten, it is said that it's less likely to cause gluten sensitivity compared to regular wheat flour. For the taste-wise, it has subtle nutty flavor, so it's not overpowering and blends into any recipe you like. If you want to try baking with healthier alternative to the wheat, this recipe is for you. So without further ado, let's get baking. So let's start with making flax egg, which I mix 1 tablespoon of flax meal and 3 tablespoons of water. This is a great egg substitute for vegan baking. And this helps bind the dough together like the eggs do in a traditional baking. Let's give it a stir and let it set while I prepare the other ingredients. So in a heat-proof bowl, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of vegan butter and I'm going to melt the butter. To do so, I've got a pot full of simmering hot water and I'm going to place the bowl over it. So this makes a so-called double boiler, and this gently melts the butter without burning it. Alternatively, you can also microwave the butter for 20 seconds or so. It's easy and a quick method. Once the butter becomes all molten and smooth, let's add half a cup of coconut sugar. The coconut sugar has deep caramel, almost molasses-like flavor, so I love using this for making cookies. And a teaspoon of vanilla extract, and a pinch of salt. Let's mix sugar and butter, and at this point, the flax meal should have swollen up and become gel-like consistency. Let's add this to the bowl and mix well. Now I'm moving on to dry ingredients. Over the sieve, I'm going to add half a cup of spelt flour, 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. I'm going to sift in all the flours. If you don't have a sieve, you can add flours directly to the bowl. It's not a big deal, so don't worry. And here I'm going to mix the butter and stop at 80% mixed to prevent overmix. If you still have white spots here and there, that's alright. To this, I'm going to add 1/4 cup of coconut flakes and 1/4 cup of macadamia nuts. And now let's fold in. Now over the parchment-lined baking tray, let's form the cookies. The recipe makes 8 cookies, so I'm dividing the dough into 8 parts. Using an ice cream scoop or tablespoons, like I do here, I'm going to scoop the cookie dough onto the baking tray. If you're using tablespoons, like me, the dough doesn't have to be shaped into a perfect sphere. After they baked, they're gonna spread anyways, so small imperfections won't be a problem after the bake. So after the 8 balls placed onto the baking tray, I'm going to top them off with extra coconuts and macadamia nuts. This is optional, but the extra topping makes cookies extra pretty and delicious looking. So let's add a pinch of coconut shreds onto each bowls, along with few macadamia nuts per each. Once they all dressed with the toppings, let's bake these at 350 Fahrenheit or 180 Celsius for 8 to 10 minutes, or until they are golden brown. Once they come out of the oven, let them sit on the baking tray for a few minutes until they are cool enough to touch. And I'm gonna transfer them to the cooling rack. Once they are completely cooled down, your yummy cookies are ready to be enjoyed. They are caramelized on outside and chewy and soft inside, just the way I like. I use the spelt flour instead of all-purpose flour, but you won't taste the difference. These cookies have tropical flavor and a crunchy texture from coconuts and macadamia nuts, and deep caramelized and nutty flavor from coconut sugar and spelt flour. So they go perfectly with coffee or tea at your tea time break, or they're gonna be perfect dessert for any occasions. So enjoy your yummy cookies! I hope you enjoyed the video. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching and see you in the next one!